When I met Breema in Brazil, the bodywork, I really liked it. I saw that it was very nurturing for my body. The philosophy of Breema was like what makes me deepen in Breema and continue with Breema, because it's really like a way of self-understanding.
I studied Breema 2 years ago. From the moment I started to this moment, a lot of things have changed in my life in a positive way.
When I first started to receive the body work, there was just a quality to the touch that I could really receive, and it just quieted my mind and allowed my body to relax in a way that it wasn't able to usually relax.
I actually was drawn to Breema by seeing the 9 principles on the cards sitting on a table. And I was struck by how simply they captured some of the truths that I was just beginning to discover in my own life, in my own search.
I'd been searching for a number of years for a modality to help me be present in the moment. That's a concept I'd heard repeated to me by many different people, many different teachers. Being present in the moment. It's a simple concept, but very difficult to do.
Breema's the one thing in my life that really their direction is learning about myself, and not so much the outward self, but really my experience of life. So it just helps me connect with reality.
Rather than being lost in my completely subjective, random interpretation of what life is, what I think I know about life, I can come to a direct experience that I have life. And then I can actually connect, I can connect with myself, and I can connect with other people.
Really, many years of giving and receiving Breema have shown me that the highest nurturing for somebody else is that I can be present while I'm working with them, doing Breema body work.
So both in receiving the Breema and then in giving, it's questionable which I receive more from, because they're both so mutually beneficial.
So we begin by bringing first body and mind together, because that just takes us a step a little bit closer to that receptivity that's needed. And then when we stay with that for a while, then the feelings, the emotional center can come in to join, and when that comes together, then we really are receptive. We experience a new energy that just says, yes, my wish right now is to only be here in this moment doing exactly what I'm doing. And there's nothing that isn't as it should be. And when that taste comes alive, then really we know Breema's in session.
My experience of that moment is much more what I can only describe as connected and inclusive, and not so filled with anxiety.
It definitely brings me back into my body and out of my head. So it gives me a lot of lightness in the way I am in the world.
I use it a lot in my work because I'm a therapist, and I often find I'll be sitting in a group and one of the principles, like body comfortable, will come alive for me, and it'll just remind me to come back to my body, to take a breath, to actually experience myself sitting in a chair. And if I can stay with that long enough, I actually come to a tangible experience of presence.
By bringing the 9 principles into my life, it's been very helpful and handy to realize that every single thing I do in my everyday life, it can become a moment of Breema.